Welcome, everyone, to Tantabus Mark II by Rambling Writer. Prelude: an attempt by Luna to update the Tantabus to spread good dreams has a few unexpected results, self-aware ones. Chapter 1: Bug Report. Program becomes self-aware. I need you to tell me how to be a mom. Of all things, Twilight expected Luna to say to her. That was most definitely not one of them. Luna had popped into her bedroom at around 4 in the morning, ripped away the bed sheets, and had woken her up loudly. She was jittery and panicked, constantly jumping from one hoof to the other, flicking her tail every which way. What? Mumbled Twilight. She rubbed some sleep out of her eyes. I've been a mom for the past few weeks, and I didn't know it. Twilight yawned. How could you not know something like that? I think you remember giving... No, not like that, said Luna. She took a few deep breaths and gradually calmed down. Do you remember the Tantabus? Yeah. Well, a few weeks ago, I created a new one for the opposite purpose, to spread good dreams to all instead of simply making me relive bad memories. It seems to be working, but just a few minutes ago, Luna swallowed, it started talking. It called me Mom. That purged the last vestiges of sleep from Twilight's system. What? I know, it didn't know how it happened. I didn't know how it happened. It's not supposed to be self-aware. It's not even supposed to be intelligent. Luna started, flicking her tail. Again, her voice sped up. But if it is, then I can't, in good conscience, force it to keep spreading good dreams. I don't want it to be a slave. But is it letting it out safe? I don't know what its mind is like. Is it young, old, adolescent, adult? What? How much does it know? If it leaves dreams, what can... Please, can you calm down for a second? Asked Twilight. She pulled herself from the mattress and rolled her shoulders. And why are you coming to me for help? I'm going to be Aunt, not a Mom, and the baby's so far off, Candace and Shining haven't even named her yet. Or him. Whatever it'll be. You're the princess of friendship, Luna said. You should be able to help me reason with it. I know that, yes, Princess Candace is the princess of love, but your assistance with the Tantabus previously gives you vital experience that Candace lacks. Twilight frowned. But if all you want me to do is talk to it, can't you bring Celestia with you? I know you said she doesn't have power in dreams like you do. This doesn't involve power, right? Luna opened her mouth, held it for a moment. Suddenly she closed it and ducked her head down, her ears folding back as she rustled her wings. She looked back at Twilight. When she finally spoke up, her voice wasn't more than a whisper. My sister doesn't know about the previous Tantabus, so her understandings would boil down to mere parenting issues. Can you imagine what she would say if I came to her with parental issues? I'd never hear the end of it. Never. And I doubt she'll treat the situation with enough gravity. Look, Luna looked away from Twilight as she rubbed the back of her neck. I'm sorry to jump on you like this, truly. But I don't know anyone else who can deal with this problem the way you can. I don't just suppose sweep it under the rug for tomorrow. I want to be sure of its safety now or nip it in the bud, please. Part of Twilight wanted to say no, but it was too late in the night for this sort of thing. But it was a very, very small part. It was impossible for her to just sit by like that. Besides, who else could help Luna? She was more or less the only pony in any position who could provide assistance. Of course, she said. She yawned. Does this mean I get to go back to bed? I dropped a full edge to the tension fell from limbs and breathe. Yes, thank you. Rolled back in her bed anytime. She quickly fell asleep and started. Only had the vague glimpse of the library before it collapsed in front of her, falling apart to reveal a small valley in the middle of the mist. She and Luna were staying next to a calm pool in a depression surrounded by plants of all kinds, trees, vines, mushrooms, the works. Every single one of them glowing softly. The colors were mostly cool ones, ranging from blues and violets to subdued reds and oranges. Lit by a full moon, it felt tranquil, meditative. Twilight whistled softly. Nice place, she said, looking around. Luna nodded. When you go through countless dreams about it, sometimes you just want some peace and quiet in your own. Earth on the new Tantabus here over several weeks. I used the template from the old one, but put in restrictions to prevent it from escaping like the last time, or behaving in unwanted ways. As of yet, it hasn't entered other dreams unless I allow it. Can it manipulate yours? Again, only if I let it. I want to see how it would behave in a controlled environment. So far, it has turned all my dreams pleasant, no matter how they started out, but then it started calling you Mom. Yes. Don't know how I feel about any of this, or if it feels at all. Have you tried asking it? Asking is probably, it will just say, it needs to say, have you tried asking it? Luna blinked and looked to her side, her ears folding back. No. You should ask it, Twilight said. When you want to know somebody's saying, it's good to ask them. I panicked, Luna protested. How would you feel if a fowl dropped on your turf and started calling you Mom? Fair enough, Twilight began looking around the valley. So where is it? I'm not sure. It doesn't just hang out. It likes to hide. Not to scare you, but purely for the sake of hiding. We'll need to find it. Why don't you just call for it? Twilight asked. She turned to the boy and yelled out, Tantabus! Luna sighed and rubbed her forehead, not just below her horn. I don't think that being like the Thames will respond to... She was silent when Nudge turned the ribs and pointed at the pool. A small cloud of night sky pulled from the surface of the water. It drifted to the edge of the pool, where it swirled and condensed into a pony lake shape. The first thing about the Tantabus that struck Twilight was how small it was. The one she and her friends had fought had started large before growing north, but this one barely larger than Twilight herself, and definitely smaller than Luna. Maybe even smaller than Candace. It looked like an elegant-shaped hole had been carved out of space and replaced by slowly shifting field of stars, but shadows still fell on it properly, and it still cast a shadow of its own. Small lines where the stars didn't match up, quite right or budged in and about, resolved into well-defined visible physical features: eyes, a nose, a mouth, wings, a mane, a tail, a horn. Reading with those, even if it took out of control its surreal color, it looked generic, for lack of a better term. Typical, non-descriptive. It looked like everyone in general, but no one in particular. A few tiny luminescent plants and mushrooms sprouted from the ground above its hooves. It stared curiously at Twilight. Hey, you're new. Did you call me? Its voice was androgynous and weirdly mixed different ages. It had the characteristic voices of a fowl, an adult, and elder. All the rest combined into a single voice. Too young to be old or middle-aged, too old to be middle-aged or young, and too middle-aged to be young or old. Twilight glanced briefly at Luna before addressing the Tantabus. Yes, my name is Princess Twilight Sparkle. How come you're here? Mom doesn't want me to talk to strangers, but you brought here, so you must be important. The Tantabus turned to Luna. What's she doing here, Mom? Its voice wasn't accusing or just curious, the same way you might ask someone what their favorite color was. Luna shivered a little. Twilight and I have work to do, special work. Oh, okay, can I go back to swimming? Only if you come when I call. Okay. The Tantabus dissolved back into smoke and rust, back into the pool. A moment later, iridescent, sparkling fish began leaping out of the surface water, each one trailing the Tantabus mist. Well, Twilight said, watching the fish jump. Nothing else. It seems happy enough. Yes, but it is genuinely happy, or is it faking? Murmured Luna, who watched as if the fish are beautiful enough, but you can hide sadness behind beauty. Twilight managed to hide a sigh. Like I said before, we need to ask it. It could lie. You created it. You can't take away its ability to lie or something. I don't know. I never gave it this much intelligence in the first place. If I tried to alter it now, I might kill it. And if it is truly sentient, I couldn't bear the thought of killing it. Luna rustled her wings and her voice dropped a little. I know I created it as a tool, but if it's become something more, then simply dismantling it would be terrible. I know, said Twilight softly. I know. You really think it's become a person? Then you got to start treating it like one. You can't assume it's this manipulative monster just because it might be. You're what? You're right, sighed Luna, but I don't want to risk it escaping and potentially attacking Equestria. She sucked in her breath between clenched teeth. But it's no use beating around the bush. I have to do some time. She cleared her throat and gently said, Tantabus. A column of water gathered up before the Tantabus's head. Yes, Mom? Could I talk to you for a moment? The water splashed out to shore and condensed into the full shape of the Tantabus. Yeah, it asked curiously. Luna swallowed. Are you happy here? The Tantabus cocked his head and thought for a moment. Happy enough, but I'd be happy if you let me out once in a while. You always keep the door closed. Door? What door? Well, you know, the door you used to come in, the door you used to come in and out of here. The man reached towards a rock and pulled. The surrounding landscape crumbled like a curtain being torn aside. Behind it sat a rather plain door. Not more than a nominal frame of hinges. You and Twilight came in here through it just now. Whenever you're done working with me, you go through it. But you don't want me to open the door, so I don't touch it. Oh, right. Luna sighed for a moment, then added, you can go back into the water if you want. We're done. Okay. The Tantabus gracefully jumped towards the pool, performing a backflip as it did so, and slid into the water with nary a ripple. A second later, surreal plants began flourishing underwater, just barely visible. Well, Twilight asked, do you think it was lying? I don't think so, said Luna, but... She stared at the door. I don't think it knew how to leave dreams. I never taught it that and was planning to do to it once sure it was safe. But it hasn't left this dream yet. Or so it says, but I'm inclined to believe it. When Luna turned to Twilight, she looked a bit happier than she had before. And if it isn't lying, then it means that Sifkers have put it into work. It hasn't even tried to force the issue, considering it said it hasn't touched the door. She began pacing, although she didn't look worried. Although we still don't know what its mind is like. It seems to have one, perhaps right at the cusp of growing out of childhood, but it seems sane. We don't know what it feels, how it thinks, how. Have you tried asking it? Hush, I just about to do that. Turned to the pool. Tantabus? Referring back from the shore, the Tantabus huffed, Mom, if you want me to stay out, just tell me to stay out. I don't mind if you don't want me swimming. Then tell me not to go swimming. Don't let me go in and keep calling me back out. Don't go swimming again, said Twilight. We have some questions we want to ask you. See, like that. The Tantabus settled down on the ground, wiggling its body a little more to get more comfortable, and turned to Luna with big eyes. So, Luna asked, how do you feel about this place? Not just now, but in general. The Tantabus looked around shy. It's pretty, like I said. I'd like to get out at least a little. I've been here my whole life, after all. How do you think that is? Pressed Luna. Twilight knew the answer already, but she was curious to see how much the Tantabus knew. Could magical construct infantile amnesia, so to speak? The Tantabus frowned and scratched. I don't know, I think a month. I can remember stuff about that long ago. It's hard. It gets easier a week ago. That's not the earliest, so I think a month. Blinked. You don't think life that short is unusual? Why would it be? It's what you made me, Mom. Twilight twitched slightly and Luna curled, flared her wings. How do you know that? Luna gasped. Sorry. The Tantabus tapped its side of his head. It's one of the things you taught me, that you made me to make dreams to keep the stress off you. That's why you've been working with me for, isn't it? And I want to. But you keep the door closed and want me to stay here. Luna and Twilight glanced at each other. They never considered the Tantabus being aware of its artificiality, but at the same time, Twilight thought it doesn't seem all that perturbed by the fact. So does this mean we're going out? The Tantabus asked hopefully. I know how to work dreams really well, but I don't know what it's like in other places. Luna motioned Twilight aside so the Tantabus went up here. What do you think? She asked quietly. Should we allow it to leave? We'll have to let out eventually, said Twilight. And if we do it now, we can keep an eye on it for the first few dreams. Luna chewed her lip for a moment. You're right. Might as well do it now. She turned back to the Tantabus. Tantabus, I think you're ready to start spreading good dreams. The Tantabus jumped about 10 feet in the air. Yes! It lunged towards Luna. Didn't hurt her so much as hang off her neck like all legs, wings wrapped around it. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, thank you. But, interrupted Luna, struggling to stay upright. Twilight and I will go with you, at least for the first few dreams. We don't want you to get in trouble. Twilight heard the unspoken or cause any. The Tantabus did, though. It unraveled from around Luna's neck. So what? I've never been outside before. Can I open the door now? Its giddiness was infectious, and the corners of Luna's mouth began curling upwards. You may. Tantabus practically smashed the door down on its way. Twilight quickly followed, worried they wouldn't be able to catch it. But outside, on a starry road flanked on either side by a infinite row of doors, rows of doors, the Tantabus just flitted about, wrapping each one without hope of occasionally making sounds of delight or disgust. What are you doing, Twilight asked, feeling the dreams. Tantabus said without looking at her, I gotta know which one I want to work with first. It's kind of like a big night for me. It poked one door and cringed. Oh, that one's so sappy. Nuh-uh. Luna appeared behind Twilight. She watched Tantabus for a second, then said, May open one, but just one of those doors. I know, but you said you were going to come with me, so I wasn't going to head on until you could catch up. The Tantabus touched a door that looked like it was made out of clouds. Ooh, this one feels good. The Tantabus yanked the door open and plunged into it. Do you still believe this is a good idea? Luna asked. Absolutely, said Twilight. I'm glad you're so confident. They dove through the door. That was chapter 1. Sorry about the sniffling. That was my first time doing this, and sorry about the Y word. Yawning. Some reason that for me, that just reading it causes me to start doing it, and yeah, I really like this story so far. It made me laugh and smile. I decided to read the first few paragraphs of the story, and it made me laugh and smile immediately, so I know this was a good choice for my first story to read. I got permission from Rattling Writer to do this and his second one, Ant Problems. So yeah, this is going to be a fun story to read, and hopefully you all enjoy it.